A beautiful princess has been turned into an ugly monster by an evil wizard, and, to make matters worse, she has been made to dance forever. Dancing Monster is a single-screen first-person perspective game released for the Commodore 64 in 1983. And I guess you have vowed to help this princess by removing her hideous body parts piece by piece as she dances around the screen. At least, that's the gist I get from the storyline. But with a game as crazy as this, I could be barking up the wrong tree. So here's the monster that dances. Shocker, I know. But that's not just a summary, it's the entirety of the game. That's literally all it does, dance endlessly. You might be asking, how is this a game? Well, there is an objective. It's your job to stop this monster from dancing by blasting it apart with a gun. Not making this up or exaggerating. You dismember this monster bit by bit by shooting it in every conceivable extremity for the heinous crime of doing nothing but dancing and bothering nobody. You have to shoot specific appendages in a certain order. If you miss too many shots, it starts growing them back, and no matter how many times you shoot it, it never stops dancing. Ever. This monster, named Sir Shimmery Twillington III, Lord of the Groovy Gyrations and Supreme Master of Funky Footwork. I made that up. Has a giant tongue, 2 horns, a trunk and a tail, ears, hands and finally feet. On the top left of the screen, it tells you the next body part to remove, and you have to shoot it with a magic ray gun of sorts. A clock counts upwards, and you have to remove all parts before it reaches a certain time. There is also a gauge that decreases, and if you don't fire before it empties, then it's game over. If you shoot your ray too many times without hitting the correct part, then a new part reappears. I guess, if you had to shoot it in the eyes, this would be a little more gruesome than they had in mind for the whimsical, cartoonish game of bodily mutilation, with a hail of gunfire. Also, when you take too long without taking a shot, this happens. And then you lose. What the f... That's the game over screen. What is it doing? How does that represent a losing condition? Is this what you have to prevent? This is your sworn duty to uphold order against whatever this is. Your mission, Gunslinger, if you choose to accept it, to blast sizable chunks off the harmless, jovial elephant man dancing the night away in order to prevent it from doing this. Your task, as we've established then, is to disassemble a dancing monster by pointing with a joystick to the corresponding body parts and pressing the fire button. After that, the corresponding body part disappears. In the upper left corner, the computer shows which part is currently required. You need to start with the horns, then go in with the ears and so on. In between, the monster tauntingly sticks its tongue out at you. Naughty elephant. Then it turns into a princess. Okay, now it's starting to make some sense. A princess was under a spell and turned into a monster, and you have to free her with a gun. I looked all over for a manual and couldn't find an intact one, but I did find a transcript, and my interpretation is correct. A princess was turned into a monster, and you have to save her with a magic ray gun. Okay, sure, you would. This game was totally bizarre the first time I played it before I knew what it was all about. Then I figured out what it was about, and for a moment I said, oh, I guess that makes sense. Then I thought about it and realised it's still about disemboweling and magically polymorphing a princess with arcane munitions in order to stop her from dancing forever as a fabulous abomination. I still have no idea what this is or what it means. And again, let me remind you, this thing is doing nothing but dancing. It's not exactly going on a rampage, it just dances and dances forever. If anything, I would guess the princess is happier as a monster. But yeah, I guess she probably doesn't want to be this weird creature forever. I guess the only sane thing to do is to blow this creature to pieces in the hope that this somehow fixes everything. I mean, the last thing anyone wants is for it to do this. Thanks for watching, guys. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to share your experiences with playing Dancing Monster in the comments section. Such a zany little game. but another reason why the 80s was such a brilliant time for gamers, as we literally never knew what to expect next. Hit subscribe and follow me on this epic adventure as we further explore the weird and wonderful catalogue of Commodore 64 games. There's loads more on the channel. Check them out, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Until then, bye for now.